Hello everybody, my name is Lucas and welcome back to the channel for the 6th month world tour for my lifetime survival single player world in Minecraft, currently updated to Minecraft Java 1.16.3. Now, a couple of things to get out of the way before we jump into the world. Most of the things that you will see, well, almost all of the things that you will see in the world will be streamed on my Twitch channel. Link will be down in the description. Go there, hang out. Pretty awesome community I have. Proud to say that. So yeah, that's the first thing. The second thing is this is 100% done in survival and vanilla, except for I have downloaded and am running Optifine version 1.16.3, and I do have vanilla tweaks anti-enderman griefing enabled because I cannot stand endermen picking up grass and placing it anywhere they want to. So I've got a piece of paper filled up with a whole bunch of words and things to cover, and so let's get into it. Also, anything that you see that I don't cover will be in previous world tours, meaning that I will never cover the same thing twice. So, if you're interested in what I did from month 0 to month 3, go check out the previous world tour in the world tours playlist. So if I just load in the world here, Minecraft's running a bit slow as well. I also want to keep these world tours 100% unedited. Just go with the flow and run with it. And don't worry, if you see something, it will more than likely get talked about soon enough, like that giant cactus tower. Okay, first things first. Since the last world tour was recorded in Minecraft 1.15, I think it was 1.15.2 or .3, I am now sporting netherite armor. Just thought I should let you guys know that. Got full netherite, got most of my tools are netherite. I have now, so yeah, if we take out our tools, you can see I have a whole bunch of netherite pickaxes and some shovels, and I have a trident. The Mac backpack flying no slack attack. It's one of my viewers' inside joke, but I've sort of been trying to keep up with my ender chest organization. Not very good at that. Alright, so in the last world tour, this used to be an enchanting setup. Used to be an enchanting table with books, but I have since torn it out and replaced it with probably the first build of 1.16 with this Nether Room. See, I've got 2 trees here, one of each kind. The floor is made up of black concrete in their respective blocks. I've got the reds over here, the blues over here. I have some vines, and we've got a little lava pit area, which actually leads down to some brewing stands, which are just underneath here. So why don't we check this out? Yeah, so this is where I brew a whole bunch of potions. I have a whole bunch of invisibility and water breathing because I was dealing with guardians, right? And you can't really go back up, so we're gonna have to go around. But yeah, that's the first thing I built in 1.16 was that Nether Room. I built it just to build something with the new Nether blocks. See, I used a mix of red and regular Nether bricks here. I'm pretty proud of this roof, as well as the campfire. Tried to hide the netherrack as best as I could. But if we continue down here, this is a Nether Portal. That used to be out front, so I moved the Nether Portal in the Nether Room, fittingly, of course. And then through here is another Nether build. It's a nice Nether Hallway. Looks pretty good, I think. Just experimenting with. This was my first build with blackstone in it, with especially the cracked blackstone bricks. The texture goes really well with sort of the veins in the red, so I figured I'd mix that in. And this takes us to our storage building. See, we've got the walls, and then I used the glowstone lamps. Oh, some signs here. And this main room here was actually inspired by one of my viewers. She made the floor design, and yeah, I thought it worked pretty well. So then I put a black wall around it with a blue border, and the ceiling is actually smithing tables. So if I take one out here, you'll see it's a smithing table. Smithing tables are one of the few blocks that have a really nice floor, or a really nice bottom, that can be used as a roof. And this is my main storage. So over here we've got a whole bunch of sand. I'll explain why we have 100,000 sand in a minute. But over here I just keep sand, and then over here, this is all my stone and ocean monument blocks. Basically, the way this works is I just build little pods of 9, and I keep similar items together. I'll have a more advanced storage system later, but this is just to free up my chests up top. So as we take our ourselves back up. Now this door is actually pretty funny. I saw this in a Fit MC video of a base tour he was doing. I believe it was Space Valkyria 3, and this guy used doors like this, and I thought it was really cool how they just open up like that. So I of course borrowed it and included that in the design, and I thought it was pretty cool. So this is my main storage, so obviously I'm gonna run out of chests, being pretty knee-deep in mid-game. Let's go ahead and sleep. Don't want it to be daytime when we venture outside of our house. So the next thing on the tour list is a Logical Geek Boy melon and pumpkin farm. Hopefully I have enough fireworks to get me through this tour. Skeleton! I'm just trying to avoid fireworks as much as possible. And it's this building right over here with an iron golem protector. So in here I have 20 melons and 20 pumpkin seeds, all spaced out, or alternating so they grow twice as fast. At least the stems do. Normally they would all go in here, but instead I have them being transformed into bone meal, and we've about made a double chest of bone meal. I don't have the storage system or the need to keep a whole bunch of pumpkins. Basically, a minecart just goes around. Every time a piston activates, or an observer, it grows, triggers the observer, which then triggers the piston. So that's pretty self-explanatory. Added some cool funky design. I don't know, I was just feeling semi-inspired by this. So I mean, this is my design. I kind of like it. So yeah, we built that, and then, I mean, I'm not going in order, by the way. I'm just showing off what I've built. I have Optify now, so I can zoom in on it from far away. That's pretty cool. Next thing I've done is I've cleaned up the redstone and the bamboo farm area. So there used to be a lever over here that would trigger an observer clock. I said no. So I in fact integrated the observer clocks to where it's always on. And you can see right here, there's an observer here, and there should be an observer right here. Yep. They face into each other, and they constantly trigger. Oh, I guess that's stone. And so yeah, I've kind of cleaned it up. And then the hoppers are always on for the bamboo farm. So it's always getting bamboo. Clean this area up. Need to still sort out the chests. And yeah, so I had the bamboo farm built in the last world tour, but I didn't have a use for it. And I said I wasn't going to build a super smelter. And I didn't build a super smelter. Instead, what I did was I turned it into an XP bank. And I obviously increased the storage of the bamboo by a lot. So the bamboo, at first, before you get to the bamboo part of the farm, it gets shot up in a dispenser, and then it gets dispensed through here. It comes up the waterway, and then it gets stored. Oh, I'm pressing the wrong button. And it gets stored. But if a piece of bamboo happens to make it all the way to the end, it doesn't get picked up by the main chests. So the 3 over here, it then comes up, and it gets thrown up in magnificent fashion. I can get to the right spot. Start picking up all the bamboo, gets thrown up, and then it gets stored in the top chests right here. So that was how I increased the bamboo storage system. Now, in order to make an XP bank, you need something to smelt to turn into XP bank, or to turn into XP. So that's where I built the humongous Cactus Farm of Doom. There is 2,432 cactus, and this is the John Bam's design. He used the same one in his world. Link to his channel will be in the description. He streams hardcore Minecraft, and so I just ripped off this design from him, and goes all the way up to build height. There's 4 modules, and they supply all the furnaces right here with enough cactus and enough XP. So whenever I need XP, I just flick the lever and take the item out and collect XP. But that obviously brings up the question of what happens to the Cactus Green? Here you go. This is a comparator which detects if this hopper is filled up, and then the redstone will trigger the observer, which then triggers a pulse extender, which then one ticks this piston and makes an observer clock, which then fires the dropper, which gets rid of all the Cactus Green and fires it into this pit of lava. So I thought that was a pretty extravagant way to get rid of the Cactus Green, and it will always be called Cactus Green in my mind, not green dye. Fight me. So yeah, that's the full XP bank. Everything's fully auto. Everything's fully auto. The carts are always moving. We have this system right here, which automatically detects when bamboo is fully grown, triggers the observer, which then triggers a flying machine to go all the way down. So we could theoretically AFK this XP bank. And whenever we need to repair, just flick the lever, take the Cactus Green out, and whatever tool that I'm holding will be fully repaired. So on to the next thing that I have done is I improved the villager frick chamber, the temporary one. I have added more villagers with more books, such as, I've also fenced the area off. Right, all these villagers here are new. I've all needed them for some reason, like Feather Falling 4. So basically I died one time, and I lost all my stuff to a TNT explosion. And so I built diamond armor from just villagers. I didn't enchant any of it through an enchanting table. And so I needed a whole bunch of villagers for that. And so yeah, eventually all of these will be moved into my main villager trading hall, which we will head through the Nether and go show off through this Nether portal. So I step out. Basically, we boat the villagers down through here. They come in through here. And this is where we have all of our toolsmith villagers. If I just come through here. So this is one module. They are all toolsmiths, and they've all been reduced. So we can trade 1 iron for an emerald. So basically, if I have a working iron farm, we get infinite emeralds. Now the problem is my iron farm is broken, but I have a lot of iron. So this was the design I went for. It's custom design. Obviously, I'm not the best at building, but I figured this would be pretty cool. And eventually, I'll come down here and I'll build more modules, and we'll decorate the area around. Maybe change some elevations down here. But this will house all the librarians and villagers that I just went over before we came down here. Among, you know, maybe just some general villagers. You can see there's a husk down there holding a golden carrot. And they're named. I don't remember their names. This guy is named Doug. I think this guy's Bob. Yeah, he's Bob. There, slap Bob. And yeah, as you can see, we have a whole wide open area. I'll at least add. I'll probably go 3 modules facing this way, 3 modules facing this way, 3 modules facing this way, and then 3 modules facing this way. All based around these 4 beacons here, and then build like an interconnecting little dome on top of it. And then build some houses along the outside. So this is underneath the evil castle that I want to start building. Nothing has changed since. I haven't touched this in 3 months, I don't believe. If it wasn't flat before, it's now flat. I haven't done much with it. Eventually there will be an evil castle here with hopefully a double chest for every single item in the game that can be sorted anyway. With the addition of 1.17, Minecon Live for 2020 just came out yesterday, and so with the additions of all those new blocks, I don't know if this is a big enough area, but I'll literally build an outer wall of a castle, and then just all storage system, and then that's it. Just a place to store every single item in the game. And before we move on to another section of my base, lastly, this is going to require some high flying. And probably if I raise my render distance here to like, let's do 30 chunks. If I pause and let the world load in here. There we go. This is definitely enough to show what's going on here. So you notice there's a river that's going all throughout this area right here. It didn't used to connect here, and it definitely didn't used to connect here. I mean, it's pretty obvious. You could tell that that's a man-made river. And there didn't used to be a river here. And this ravine didn't used to be here. But basically what I'm doing is I am turning my little area here into an island. And once I build enough stuff and I outgrow this island, it's time to go. It's time to go somewhere else and build somewhere else. Obviously, with all the terrain updates and the possibility of chunk borders, I'm not going to more than likely end up ever having a base. I'll just have different areas that I build in and work in at the time. And I want to be able to just get up and move and start building somewhere else. And this was never my intention for this base to even get this big. It was just a place to build this evil castle, and then I decided that instead of the castle being my base, it's going to be my main storage system. And this area is just kind of developed with things I need, and eventually we'll turn it all into something and we'll decorate it all. This will be replaced, and all those white dots right there are iron golems that have spawned from the villagers. But yeah, I basically wanted to undertake a nice terraforming project, and building a river through here. You can kind of see the path. It's right here. well, it'll be pretty interesting, and we'll have to come up with things to build here. Just maybe expand the farms, build like a potion brewery or whatever. Just things that we need around. Maybe we'll terraform it and we'll build a nice big mall for whatever. I don't know. But I just want my base to be an island. So once I can't build anything else in the area, I know it's time to pick up and start somewhere else. So that was a project I started this week. Well, not this week, about 2-3 weeks ago. I've put about, I don't know, 25 hours into the river. Water mechanics can be pretty interesting. I think that's all I needed to cover in my main base. So let's lower the render distance back down. Don't need it to be 80 chunks. And it's time to head off into the Nether, I believe. "14 fireworks is not enough. Oh, I can make 6 more. That might actually be enough though. 20? So, this is a forgotten something. I've forgotten something. This is something I forgot to show you guys in the first world tour. So I didn't actually do anything or show you guys any of the Nether, but nothing's changed since the first world tour with this Nether. Basically what this is, it's a nice big platform where I can go and kill wither skeletons for their skull. And here it is. You can see it's just a giant platform of nether brick. So I can hunt and kill wither skeletons. Oh, see, look. There's one over there. I can hunt and kill wither skeletons for their skulls. This was here in the last world tour. I just completely forgot to show it off. Oh. Maybe I thought we were gonna get a skull. Just world tour luck, but I guess not. Yeah, this was here before. I just forgot to show it off. And thought it would be something I would come and cover. Alright. This last thing. This is a lot shorter than 53 minutes the last world tour was. I mean, we're just over 24 right now. So this project, if you just recently watched the last world tour, I talked about a sand drop, and I had just mined 130,000 blocks of sand, or whatever. It was something close to like that. And I had just started placing it down. It looked like a little table, I think I called it, or a chair. That project is now completely finished. It's a fully functioning guardian farm. It's completely finished, decorated, and it's my first long-term project that I can call done in this world. And it's super exciting. We finished it not 2 weeks ago. So it's been a 6 months project. From idea to complete finished product. And of course it's nighttime. Oh, and I'm down here. Hello, please. Fly. Let's go take a nap. Yeah, I'm super excited to show you guys this. Here it is. So, let's see if I can get to relatively the same position I was in for the world tour. It was like right here. There was a whole bunch of scaffolding right here, and there was just some sand right over here. Well, I eventually placed all the sand and made a giant cube, and then these flying machines right here. Knocked out all the scaffolding, dropped all the sand. I then came in and cleaned up all the sand, built a guardian farm, and decorated it, and this is what the finished product came to look like. I am extremely happy with this design. Just sort of placed blocks down and thought it looked good. As you can see, the guardians down there are all flailing about through the water. And some people call the outer layers a granny quilt because it, just looks like sections of a quilt, but I don't care. I'm extremely proud of it, and I don't know if I'm gonna replace the sand walls. I kind of like the sand walls just to commemorate, 136,000 sand. Yeah, they all come and they die and they drop their stuff in here. And it's proud to say, that this is something that not all people have in their world. A drained ocean monument that I completely tore down, flattened it out. That's where I got most of the blocks for this from. It was from taking apart the ocean monument. And I built it. So this was world big project number 1. And there's many more to come. I'm looking at starting a giant creeper farm. The ones that are all the rage right now is, a 257 diameter circle creeper farm, for example. My creeper farm hole will be 300 by 300. Something like that. I'll have to figure out which design of creeper farm I'm going to use, and then make sure it all works out so I have a center point. But yeah, I want to start that sometime within the next 2 to 3 months. So maybe I'll have progress on that in the next world tour, in the 9-month world tour. Also, I would like to start that evil castle storage building, because I haven't touched it for 3 months, so I figure I need to. But yeah, that's gonna be it for the world tour. Nice and short and sweet. Nice half an hour long video. I'm super excited about the base river and being able to finally have a cutoff and know what, where, and like what I can change and what would be considered beyond my base. So maybe we can get rid of all the grass and turn it into something. I don't know. I'm open for ideas. Let me know what you think I should do with the space over there. Right, there's a whole bunch of space over there that is now mine. I'm now claiming as part of my base. And there's a whole bunch of space over here that is now considered mine because of the river. Eventually we'll take down this and put something in its place. But yeah. As you can see, this video went faster because we did bigger things. I mean, for example, this cactus farm, it took me, 30 seconds to explain, but it took 30 hours to build in its entirety. So as we go more and more on into the game, the world tours are going to become shorter and shorter. Eventually, maybe I'll literally have just dug for 3 months, and I'll be like, "Hey, welcome to the 6th world tour, 1.5 years into the world, and all I've done is dug. Thanks, bye." Eventually, I hope that I do some more stuff over the 3 months so I don't get burnt out. But that's what it's going to come to. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in to the world tour. Really appreciate it. If you let me know what you think down in the comments section. If you have any suggestions for what I should do around my base, I'm open for suggestions. I hope 1.17 doesn't completely screw with my world and my world generation. But guess we'll just have to wait and see. So thank you guys for watching, and hopefully we'll see you in Twitch chat. Take care.